So why Le Parfum? My favorite version of YSL. One of my favorite blue fragrance lines. This is just a gorgeous scent. So when I discovered for $29 I could get Fragrance World's take on it, I was intrigued. What's a fella to do when he reviews fragrances? You buy it, you wear it, you review it. So we're going to talk about it and see if they were able to do this beautiful blue fragrance some justice. Stay tuned. So, quick look at the bottles. You can see similar mirrored piano black finish. Not the exact same here, obviously, and they were going for a knurling look, kind of similar with the caps. I mean, it's not the exact same, you know what I mean? But it's clear that's what they were going for. But as far as how it smells, I have the notes on screen for you guys. It's pretty much the same note breakdown. I don't remember too many differences in the notes. But when you spray this one at first, it is a little bit spicier than Y Le Parfum. F Le Parfum immediately smells of fresh, fizzy aldehydes, lemon and apple, with a nice hit of ginger. And as soon as that perfumer's alcohol wears off, the ginger really takes a hold. It's a crisp, fresh, and spicy tone with, like I said, the fizzy, effervescent brightness of aldehydes and that beautiful lemon-apple combo. Just beautiful. Starts to settle into a much more aromatic sage that really kind of enhances that fresh, spicy feel. And then as it starts to dry down, it does become a little woodsy, but more so this creamy, musky tone with a little touch of this creamy, like tying into the creaminess, a little bit of a floral feel. I don't distinctively remember all the flower notes that are in here. I believe there's one or two, maybe even like just lavender and sage and stuff like that, whatever the case. But this is just beautiful. Now, the dry downs, they're not exactly the same, where this is a little bit more, I guess, crisp as it dries, and this is a little bit more creamy. They're still inherently musky, slightly woodsy as they dry down. There's a little bit of a dark, warm, ambery nuance, but not much. Not when I say dark nuance, it's literally just a subtle nuance hanging in the background, where it's not as present in Fragrance World's version of Y Le Parfum. It is pretty close overall. I would say, if we're talking similarity, just overall similarity, not distinctively start, midway, and finish, just overall, I would say it's in the realm of 90% accurate across the board. It does get that much closer in the heart of the fragrance, where that's its closest resemblance to the original, but overall, I would say 90% or better. It smells pretty much the same quality, mid-level designer, man-made aroma chemicals on the synthetic side, but smells phenomenal. That smooth, refined take on the Y DNA, they pulled it off. Now, as far as performance, it's not as long-lasting as Y Le Parfum. Though it is no slouch, I have clocked this so far right around 8 hours of longevity. Now, the projection's on the heavier side in the first hour to hour and a half, then it calms down greatly. It's more of a moderate to mild sillage. It's not immensely powerful. You're not going to get super strong whiffs to remind you that it's there. It's not going to really reach out too heavily and grab people beyond that early stage when the projection is really shining and it's kind of pumping off the skin. But you will get nice little light whiffs of it from time to time to remind you, but the deeper you get into the wearing experience, the closer it's going to sit to the skin. Pretty much every bit of test spray and the wearing that I've done so far, it kind of died off around 7 to 8 hours. So we'll just call it 6 to 8 hour range is the safe play. That's pretty much what I've been getting. I haven't gotten as little as 6 hours, but I would think out in the high heat, probably in that 6 hour range. I've been indoors most of the time with sprays on this one. So across the board, I would say slightly above average. So it's above average longevity, 6 to 8 hours. Projection, kind of arm's reach, typical stuff that you would expect from most fragrances of similar eau de parfum concentration, with some bright aldehydes and stuff like that. Some synthetics that tend to push a little bit. Hour to hour and a half, arm's reach type of stuff, and then the sillage on the moderate to mild side that isn't some strong, captive, constant reminder that it's on your skin, but you will get nice little hits from time to time. Final thoughts on F Le Parfum from Fragrance World. So the original is a 9 out of 10 fragrance for me. Outstanding. Like I said, it's my favorite version of Y. It's pretty much like a top 5 blue fragrance for me. You know, I love this fragrance. I'm a big fan of it. So with that said, because they pulled it off so well I paid $29 from Fragrance Buy for this. I don't know if it's in stock at the recording of this. I didn't check first, but I'll have the link down below for anybody who wants to check it out. But I think I gave it a 9 out of 10 on my first impressions. I give the original a 9 out of 10. I give this a 9 out of 10. It's outstanding. It's a very well done clone. Not something you would typically expect to be cloned, but Lattafa did it with Fakar Black with YEDP, a slightly spicier version of Y Eau de Parfum. They did a great job. So leave it to Fragrance World to say, well, we're going to do the Le Parfum flanker. And they did a phenomenal job as well. I would say if you're a fan of this, and let's say maybe you bought the smaller bottle, like I did, and you're like, dang it, by the time I run through this, which is going to be a very long time before I go through this 60 ml, years, we're talking years, by the time I would be like, man, I really would like to get another bottle, it will probably have been long discontinued. So I won't be getting another bottle of that, whereas grabbing this for $29, $30 was great, because now I pretty much have 160 ml of this. So I'm pretty much good for life now, because this is pretty spot on for the most part. Like I said, I rate them the same, 9 out of 10. So that's my final thoughts on Fragrance World's F Le Parfum. I'm a huge fan of this one. I'm actually wearing it currently as my scent of the day. I think they did a great job with this one. This is a good fragrance, guys. If you like Y Le Parfum, you don't have to have it. You have Y Le Parfum. Wear the original, by all means. It's not some must grab. But if, like I'm saying, you did kind of like I did, bought the small bottle, ended up falling in love with it, and you'd like to get a little bit more juice for a very affordable price, you'll be fine with this. I'll probably wear this one more than the real one moving forward, because it's just so cheap. Why the hell not? They did a great job. This is a great cheap clone that I give the TLTG review stamp of approval to. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you tried this? Is this your favorite version of Y as well? Is it your least favorite? Is middle of the road for you? Have you tried this? Because I've already seen people say they get weak performance on it. And again, olfactory fatigue, skin chemistry, both different for every person. So just because it does pretty well for me, by no means is it as strong of a performer as the original, but it's above average for me across the board. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried this. Do you get similar performance to I get? Do you get better than I get? Do you get worse than I get? Just curious, because it's always a mixed bag with every fragrance. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on F Le Parfum from Fragrance World and give it a spray now, might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.